We're in my unfinished basement with the moisture barrier behind me, just so that you can see the contrast between what an unfinished basement looks like and a very warmly finished basement where we will meet John, my favorite neighbor, who is partially my favorite neighbor because the first time we had a conversation, we were talking about our dog, and he said, we had a dog, could have been a great dog, but my kids ruined him. That's how I knew I was going to enjoy talking to John. I think you'll enjoy hearing from him. There will be other parts to this. I'll break it up into bite-sized chunks, but we'll see you on the backside. So, for instance, you built this table right here.
I did.
This was going to be hilarious. I thought of it because the last time that this table was here and I thought about it, there was a bowl there that I was then going to have you comment about how spectacular the bowl was.
I don't know where it went. Some neighbor that I know gave me a bowl that was rough cut, and what I had to do was sand it down for like 2 weeks by hand.
And that was a burden to you, and that's why we're not going to go into partnership on a bowl making enterprise.
And the thing about this piece was this is an African exotic wood, and when I was making a cutting board, because the top is supposed to be a cutting board, and I got a sliver, and the sliver became infected. So what I did, I said, geez, that's pretty strange. My finger got infected from a sliver of wood from this exotic African wood. And I researched it on the internet, and I found out you never use this type of wood for cutting boards.
Because it's poisonous in some way, or?
Yeah, it's toxic. It's the most toxic wood there is.
What's it called for our viewers' safety?
I don't remember the exact name.
Is it Cocobello or one of those?
I don't know the exact name, but it's an African species, hardwood. And so there it is. So I had to make a table out of it.
Well, that's a nice looking table. You played pickleball this morning.
Yeah, yes.
Would you describe yourself as competitive?
Yeah.
Would you describe yourself as ferocious?
No.
Because I'm going to say, Deb has described you as being one of the stronger players in your league.
No,
Did we not have a conversation where between the two of you, you decided that you were one of the top couple or three players in your league?
Yeah, but we changed leagues, so I don't know what it is today.
So once upon a time,
yeah, when we were novice, we were probably one of the better ones. Now we're moving up the ladder there. We're probably at the bottom again.
Is that what happened? You were in a league that you classed out of that league. You ranked up to another league. And is it all at the same place? So it's like
no, you go all around. You play outdoors, and in the summer, then indoor, in the winter. And so there's a variety of places you.
Is this your primary fitness thing to do?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, one of the primary ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, and then Deb does the Strider. What is that called?
The elliptical.
The elliptical.
She likes the elliptical. Okay. I like the stair stepper. We don't have one. I like it.
So you go to the gym for it.
I do. Yeah.
Or you have actual steps.
Yeah.
The original technology.
The manual type.
On which that was based. That doesn't have an electronic recording device.
Yeah.
But you could go up and
you have to count. You have to count.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
I'm too busy for that. I'm not going to do that.
You have to count a lot to get them to you. Right.
So this is our second go at this because I neglected to press. It defaulted to photo.
That wasn't you. It was.
Well, anyway, I'm going to double check.
It was the equipment malfunction.
It was an equipment malfunction. We appear to be recording, and I see the clock counting up. So I think we are in good enough shape. So what I remember from that first conversation is that you did not describe yourself as a particularly good or dedicated student.
Oh, no.
And yet, I think it would be fair to say that you have accomplished a fair amount in your career. How does that happen? How do you go from an indifferent student to, frankly, becoming the CEO of a major regional airport, which is...
What you realize is somewhere along the line, mine occurred early on, is that there was a time to get serious. And in high school, I had the best high school experience ever. I mean, humor was the top. I think the top of the list of things that I was active in.
Class clown?
I wouldn't describe it that way. It's just that whatever we did, the group I was with, whatever we did had to involve a level of humor. And it wasn't necessarily acting out in class. It was all the different variety of things that we did together and individually as well. It was always trying to have fun, I played in a band, and I wasn't focused on school at all. So as a result, I did graduate, but I was a great candidate for a community college. That was it. And I was planning on, I stayed in the community. That was it. I wanted to stay in the community, so I went to community college. And then, but during that time, know what I did? Okay. The pivotal time period was when I graduated from high school. I worked a year construction, and I always liked building. I liked drafting. Back in the time, you had to do it manually, no computers. So I always liked that field. But I worked 1 year, and I worked 1 year construction. It was really great in the summer because we always did that. My brother and I always worked construction during the summer for a local house builder, and then I worked the whole year, and I realized winter construction is horrible. It's something you don't want to experience. So at that moment, that was the pivotal moment where I said I have to I have to get serious about college, and there I went off to community college.
So as not to live a life that was going to be harder than you wanted.
Yeah, I felt I couldn't work construction outdoors, so I'd be unemployed for the winters. I'd only be able to work 6 months a year. I couldn't.
I know guys who do that.
Yeah, well,
did I tell you about the guy who was a lawyer and hated it and ended up figuring out how to lay stone, so he would build stone walls for people, and his whole thing was he would work from like April to Labor Day, or maybe into maybe October if he was feeling chipper, and he would make solid money.
Okay.
And then he would just go around South America or Australia or somewhere. So he would spend the rest of the year traveling around and bumming around.
Yeah. Well,
he was a stoner.
Yeah. Well,
that was not your situation.
No, I was not a stoner. No.
Well, were you?
So that's what happened. Then I got very serious about school, and I eventually got an engineering degree, and then things kind of.
That's funny. I mean, and you would say that that's entirely attributable to how hard it was to work outside in the winter.
That was the moment that I decided that I had to have an education.
I feel like there's got to be more behind that. That there's an inherent fire burning.
Oh, it's a good. Right? Well,
and it was just.
I always do things with some level of passion. Even when I was goofing around, I was seriously goofing around. It wasn't just I wanted to be funny. I wanted to play in a good band. I wanted to learn music, and I did all those fun things. It was serious endeavors.
Yeah, with all of the energy that you had to bring to those, but they weren't about earning a living.
Right. Then I realized you have to earn a living, I guess.
Impress some girls.
Yeah. You have to earn a living. You have to have an income stream. So that's when I got real serious about that.
Well, and then climbed the ranks, right? I mean, you were a state employee for years and years. That always sounds like, I mean, I don't think we've gone through the details of all of it, but was not necessarily CEO track, right?
No.
But somehow you sort of stumbled into it. And
it was a progression. I started as I worked for New York State, and I moved up the ranks there. I was a director of the engineering types, architectural engineering types, and then I got an opportunity to go to the airport to be the director of project development was the title, which meant I was in charge of the entire rebuilding of an airport.
And this was at a time when they were anticipating a lot of projects that they needed to hire somebody because they were going to rebuild.
It was for the entire new airport.
Okay.
It was like a $200 million job to rebuild an entirely new airport. So I was the head person. So and what happened is I stayed on because they kept asking me if I could stay, and longer, and then I became the chief operating officer, and then I became the chief executive officer, and I was the CEO for 16 years. So it was a good run. Then I retired.
It was a big one.
Took a 4-year vacation, and now I'm back.
This is the part that I still have a hard time wrapping my head around, because I do remember the first time that I remember meeting you, we probably had said hello, as we walked the dog, walking by the driveway, but you weren't around a whole lot because work was demanding. And then you retired, and I remember seeing you in your driveway and asking how retirement's going, and I believe the answer was not good.
You know.
That you were not enthused about not having a role to play every day.
Right. No one answers my phone calls anymore. See, when you're the CEO, you call somebody, they get right back to you. You send an email out in like 15 seconds, you're going to respond.
Yeah.
So when you're retired,
Not so much.
no, you call people, they don't call you back. It's like, who?
I'm sorry, how'd you get this number? Yeah. But then you went back.
I did.
Because you did settle in. You found yourself engaged as a retired fellow, and you were okay with it.
Yeah.
Right? It seemed like you were finding activities, pickleball, whatever else.
Yeah.
And so, the part that mystifies me is the going back.
Yeah, I always loved that work, and I had 4 years to do whatever I wanted to do, which was a whole host of activities, travel, a lot of summers, hanging out at the pool, going out, doing a lot of things that I wanted to do, and it kind of got a little repetitive.
Is that right? So
Yeah.
you got your fill of
Yeah.
sitting around doing nothing.
It was.
But it's not nothing.
Yeah, it was something.
But it's leisure.
And your schedule changes. I mean, it was kind of fun.
It's almost like going back to who you were in high school when you were just screwing around. Let's just start a band.
But the problem was in retirement. You'll experience it soon. Is that if you have a lot of energy and you want to do a lot of things, it's hard to find the people that want to do those things with you because
everybody else is just laying back.
6 o'clock, it's like I'm in the house. It's like, no, you can't be in the house. Well, it's too cold to go out. No, we got to do something, and it's tough to find the people that are willing to do the things you did when you were younger.
Where do you find those people?
Pickleball courses.
Is that right?
Well, those people are active, more active.
They're
than
passionate.
others.
I feel.
Yeah,
like.
they're more active, but. You'd be surprised if people wouldn't go out to lunch during the week because they never did that. It's like, I can't go out to lunch because I got to wash the floor. It's like, are you kidding me?
The only reason I'd be surprised by that is if it was a struggle with money. You know what I mean? I'd go out to lunch every day if I could.
Yeah.
But why do you think I will have that same experience of being frustrated with retirement?
Well, you will, because it's a lot of free time. It's a lot of free time you have to find things to do.
I've been semi-retired for 30 years.
Semi is the key.
Yes, semi is the key. I try to say that I don't have a job, and Lori tells me that I, in fact, do have a job, and I resent her for it. And someday I'll get her back.
Okay.
Was supposed to see John last night at a holiday party, but he's been under the weather, so wishing him a quick recovery and wishing Debbie good luck with her Christmas desire, which is for him to retire again so we can all have him back. There will be another part. We'll see you next time.